Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Tuesday the 23rd of November. So let's start off looking at the risk events this morning, today, or they start mainly in the morning. Firstly, just a reminder, Japanese bank holiday, so no market open there overnight or through the Asian session. And then what we've got then this morning, 8:15, flash manufacturing services. German flash manufacturing and services coming out at 8:30. They're the two key ones at that we'll see in the morning, and then we've got the UK data at 9:30. So three there. The European one tends to have less effect itself at 9 o'clock, but still volatility can run through that time. Obviously affecting the euro in the morning. The pound can be affected by the euro data, but obviously more so its own data. We do have a MPC, a member of the Bank of England team, speaking. High inflation now and then. That might be movement. Audience questions expected, so that could create some movement come 11 o'clock. You'll see his whole document scripts may be published first. So it might be a quick movement, but it's often in the questions that there's the more movement. Aside in the US then have their flash manufacturing services data at 2:45, so they're the key things to focus on. There are other speakers etc coming through there, but nothing I think that will majorly move the market. Okay, so let's just press my button here, there we go. So let's have a look at the markets. Let's start off looking at euro dollar. Let's look at currencies first. And well, yesterday another down day. I was questioning whether we'd sort of see a bit of a reversal, but there seems little to give us much of a reversal, although we're seeing a bit of a bounce at the moment. We see these occur in the mornings. We've got plenty of news to come out, as I've said, at 8:15, 8:30, which could create more potential upside on these. We'll see how that comes out. So that is the risk factor which could spoil this one way or the other. If you're looking for the short side, maybe it'll give enough some sort of movement to the upside to sell into. We saw yesterday's movement all over the place. It never really gave huge movement come the US Powell being designated or proposed to remain in position for the Feds. That came there at 3 o'clock, and it gave strength to the dollar, but not masses. It was really widely believed he'd have the position anyway. Anyway, as we're sitting here at the moment, say this data this morning could give enough 15-20 pips movement, so be wary. It may be worth waiting. The pound, likewise, in that sort of let's just come out a little bit. Daily wise, sold off again yesterday, getting closer and closer to these double bottoms. It must be shouting. Looking further longer distance weekly, we've got the 100 to 200 below. May also be a bit of a draw for the pound as it continues. It's losing out on a bit of sentiment, but at the moment it's trying a bit of a, you can see on these bars here, the outside bars that we've got on the 4 hourly, which will be closed in 5 minutes, and the hourly here, well, key reversal bars, bullish engulfing basically here in particular. Might see some further follow through from that. Okay. Again, if this is that follow through gives you the opportunity to short at a better price, then so be it. Dollar yen. Yen's eased off some more. I don't expect major movement through the yen, although it'll react to whatever comes out in the US later. But it's as I say, the market was closed. So for today, Aussie dollar's continued selling, still looks quite weak. It's trying also to put some sort of reversals in here, and again it's trying a bit of a reversal bar. It's more of a continuation reversal bar here. Hasn't quite made a new low for the area. It's just made a little lower low than the prior bar there, but as I say, more of maybe a continuation, weekly pivot, daily pivot above, which may just draw it up there. But again, any moves up here may give opportunities to sell back into it later. Canadian dollar. Canadian dollar is continued to weaken. Just steady. It just hasn't stopped really. However, that might at some point, if you were looking to get long onto this, well, I would be waiting for a retrace, most likely back to the dailies here. It's just, but it's, as I say, it's just been the one of the weaker pairs there. So no other thing but to wait for the retrace if it comes. If you want to get on the long side of that. I think in the bigger picture it may start strengthening at some point, but for now it's looking soft, and that's the way it probably should be traded. Right, New Zealand dollar. It says New Zealand dollar also been selling off quite strongly. It was doing quite well at one stage yesterday, but there we are, it's just continuing to sell. In fact, all the commodities currencies were doing quite well at one stage, but all very weak towards the end of the day. And again, we're trying to get this reversal in. It's not overly obvious on here, so again, it could give us opportunities if it gets back towards the daily pivots there to sell into. Right, so quite a bit of movement through the Asian session. That always spoils things first thing in the morning. Just look at the euro yen. Another one, well, that's stalled through the Asian session with with the bank holiday there stalled. As we're getting in towards the European markets opening and getting some volume through, seen a bit of movement this morning. It's just come out of that, and you just see how well, at some stage this euro yen could continue its downside. Really, it's been pretty soft in that way. It could well continue. It's well worth waiting for the end of this 4 hourly. May just see a continuation from that, and on sometimes, I mean, I was looking for the sell point yesterday. Actually, it just didn't happen. Just pushed up yesterday, and off it went. So just a case of waiting. Okay, but it may well come back. Right, that's that. Let's have a look at gold, commodities wise. And this one would have been quite horrible to traders yesterday, as we saw gold selling off there. Again, mostly around the Fed speech. Fed decision there, and well, selling off, breaking through those prior highs, which I thought would provide some decent support. This gives it potential further downside at the moment. I mean, the US dollar is just flying along at this stage, but of course everything comes to a bit of a halt, or may give us just an opportunity with a retracement. And again, if you were looking on the short side of this, you want something a little bit more. The only thing with this, if it does start breaking above that 1812 area, it's then put a higher low in, there is potential for further upside. So there we are. That's gold. Oil. So the games have started on oil in terms of yesterday OPEC Plus member mentioned that if countries keep on releasing oil from their reserves, they'll slow the pumping down, effectively production down. They feel that they're being undermined a little bit, but they obviously want to get the prices back up. And well, it worked yesterday for a while, but sold off a little bit in later on. Just looking at the hourlies here, just been selling off at this stage. So okay, that's oil. Has it got a chance of getting back over there? Yes, and I think the more we get OPEC coming through, at some point, the later the day, I'd prefer it if it starts breaking through this level. I'll be looking for the long side, maybe back to that towards that weekly pivot. Okay, so moving on then to the equity markets. Just opened, yep, so we're okay with this. So the Nikkei closed, the CSI 300 rather, well, that was looking a little bit more positive when I last looked at it. It's come off a bit now. Again, I'm not overly convinced for this market, but it's gradually working its way up. How it can do so well with the risk of the construction companies that are involved or whatever else makes me question myself, question things a little bit. But there we are. It's holding up okay. A break above that daily 100 may see even a more positive move, but with what we're seeing, it has now put a higher low in over these movements. So, as I say, a break there could see further upside. Nikkei closed, nothing happening there. FTSE then just opening, and well, it's just started the morning down slightly. Not surprised there. There's not a lot of good stuff out there. Let's just have a look. 23rd, yeah. Look at the DAX is well off there, and as I say, the fear of closed, lockdowns or whatever else, or over COVID, is certainly going to help work its way into these markets, and some way or another, at least for a point. CAC also coming off this morning. Hasn't got the same threat, I believe, at the moment. France is doing okay there, but all the same, it's being tarred with the same brush. Looking into the futures, S&Ps there coming off this morning as well, having put a new high in yesterday yet again. This is a key reversal bar yesterday. Now that might signify something a little bit more solid. It's certainly, as I say, put in new highs, giving us a key reversal bar. It's new high, closed below the lows, and it does look quite a signal. We're seeing the same thing there on the Nasdaq, and coming through into the Dow Jones, selling off. Actually, it held on marginally better, the Dow Jones there. But as I said before, this could be a bit of a leading indicator. This Dow Jones, well, it never got back up to the highs the other markets did, and it's continuing the move south, and maybe we've got a bit more correction to come through. So that's that. Indices, crypto market, well, it's same sort of sell-off occurring here as well. Yesterday, it's much more bullish now that Powell is now being put back there. It's likely to continue. Markets are seeing it marginally more. I say marginally more hawkish. He's hardly classed as a hawk, but he's just seeing it sort of dollar positive, and that's what we're seeing with the equity markets coming off a bit as well. Ethereum also coming off, and the as I say, the crypto market's following suit here. So everything just looking that bit soft. Okay, that's pretty much it for me today. Ripple would be doing the same. It's coming off there as well. Still up fractionally on the day, but at the moment now they're just looking, as I say, all looking soft at this stage. Right, as I say, that's it for me. I wish you a great day's trading. I'll catch you in the morning. Bye for now.